What is up, YouTube? Tim Layton here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my YouTube channel, thank you for coming. It means a lot. So, today is going to be a little bit different. Instead of diving into the analytics of what's happening, reading news articles and posting screenshots about what's going on in the stock market, inflation, interest rates, bond yields, unemployment, Omicron, instead of doing all of that, I'm going to talk to you guys about the real, genuine, literal reason that the stock market is crashing. So stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, so if it's not all of those things I just listed, bond yields, inflation, interest rates, Omicron, whatever else I said, unemployment, if it's not all of those things, then what is it? Why is the stock market crashing? Well, first, I guess you got to know how the stock market works. Bond yields don't control the stock market. They're an indicator of where people's heads are at. Inflation and interest rates, they don't control the stock market. What they do is they scare or make people feel good about the stock market depending on which way they're going. So what does control the stock market? Simply supply and demand. If you have a high demand, if everybody's buying up stocks, it brings the stock market up. And inversely, if you have a low demand, if people aren't feeling too good and they're selling their stocks, it brings the stock market down. That's what controls the stock market. So how do we get there? How does supply and demand change? Supply and demand changes by emotions. Emotions are what controls the stock market, especially right now, because nothing tangible has happened recently. Interest rates have not risen yet. They're not anticipated to for a couple months. Inflation has not skyrocketed any more than we've already seen. So that's not bad. It's not bringing the market down. What it is fear. So over the last 2 to 3 weeks in the news, the media, it's been this echo chamber of the same things every single day. Inflation is rising. Interest rates are going to hike. Bond yields are rising. Unemployment's rising. And it's fear. It's what we call FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And they're putting it into the market for the last 2 to 3 weeks straight. And it's finally hitting investors. After hearing about it for days and days and days, people are finally getting scared. They have their entire retirement accounts on the line, entire life savings on the line, and they don't think that they can risk that. So they hear all of this bad news over and over again, and they're selling out. They're selling their positions in all of these stocks. And what does that do to supply and demand? It drops demand. So people sell out, and it drops the stock market. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because people get scared, they sell, it drops the stock market. Now the stock market's dropped, so people are even more scared and they sell more. And because they sold more, it drops the stock market more. And because the stock market's dropped more, people sell more. And it's just this continuous, vicious cycle, and it makes it really hard to guess where the stock market's going. So I'm a very logical guy. The way that I've been as relatively successful as you can be in the stock market is by being logical and being realistic. My plan every time this happens, so far, has been to read the news, figure out what's happening. Give it a rough number on how far the S&P 500 is going to correct. So if inflation came out at 8%, I'm going to say, wow. If I had to guess, I would say 7% is going to drop. And then at 5 to 6%, I start dollar cost averaging in. That way, if it doesn't drop the full 7%, I'm still in the stock market, I still get to reap the gains. Or if it drops to 8 to 9%, I'm already in, I've been dollar cost averaging in, and I ride it back up. But nothing tangible has happened. There's been nothing that actually happens to put a number on how far this is going to go. This is all fear, anticipation of what's going to come in the future. I think the S&P 500 has already dropped, I believe at the time of this recording, has been about 8%. The NASDAQ, I believe, has dropped 12 to 13%. And like I said, that's over nothing. That's over strictly fear. So me being the logical person I am, the S&P 500 is the index I like to use. I would say I don't foresee that going more than 10 to 11%. That's kind of where I see a realistic comeback, a pullback. But this isn't realistic. This isn't logical. This is strictly based off of emotion. So who's to say that once the S&P 500 hits 10%, people don't see that number, the news starts posting 10% correction, that doesn't scare them more, and it drops even more. It's very hard to say, and honestly, it's starting to scare me a little. Unfortunately, I'm in so deep, I don't want to pull out now. I know I probably should, but if it does start to correct, if it does start to come back upwards, and I pulled out, I don't make any money back. So this has been a really uncertain time for me, a really unfortunate time for me, because the only job I have right now is YouTube, and my 14 subscribers aren't paying me much. So it's a scary time. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but said realistically, I don't see more than another 2 to 3% in the S&P 500, and I'm trying to stay positive, I'm trying to stay realistic, and I'm trying to make money off of this as much as I can. Well, alright guys, like I said, that was going to be a pretty short video. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what's going on, because most YouTubers I see talking right now, they're all talking about inflation and interest rates, and what it boils down to is that's not the cause for the correction, for this crash, whatever you want to call it. The cause is fear. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. I feel like that was useful information to put out there. Granted, not that many people watch my videos, but those who do, gonna get a little useful tidbit of information. So, with that being said, I will not see you guys tomorrow because it is the weekend and I don't post on the weekends, but I'll see you guys Monday with another hopefully useful video. Thanks for watching. Wait, don't go yet. I almost forgot because I'm really bad at doing this. Please like, please subscribe, please comment anything you like in my channel and anything you'd like to see in the future, because I'm trying to grow my channel and I'm trying to help you guys out. So let me know. With that being said, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on Monday.